You look like that. You look like
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
I'm Rich Masabny.
And here we go with another show, our first show in September of 2013. My, how time flies. Here we are.
And the days are getting cooler, huh?
Back in school. It's cooled off. We've got some beautiful weather. Hope you're enjoying the nice weather and enjoying this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Our usual rundown, our news, and Rich is here with his reviews.
Yeah.
Right, Rich?
Yeah, pretty
Hey, Rich.
good ones,
What's up
too.
down there?
Pretty
How are you?
good.
Everything okay?
Pretty good, yeah.
Excellent. Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute. News for Seniors segment. And Miriam Gennari is here with her guest, Mr. Chadwick, right? John Chadwick from
Yes.
Arlington Public Schools. And that's our show, but before we go, here's a social media reminder from my partner over here.
Absolutely, Craig.
Sorry.
Well, you can visit us on our Facebook page,
Visit us on Facebook and
facebook.com/Arlington
YouTube.
Weekly News, and also on our YouTube
Sorry.
channel.
A social media reminder. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Daniel. Here with News for Seniors glasses, and here we go with the first of our stories. Arlington police are looking for a man who attempted to sexually assault a girl on Tuesday morning. Police say the man tried to assault her at about 6 a.m. in Columbia Heights West apartment building. The suspect is a white male in his early 20s with freckles and a short mohawk-style haircut. If you have any information about this incident, please call Arlington Police at 703-228-4244. Daniel.
Well, Arlington County will have several events in September to highlight Emergency Preparedness Month. The kickoff event will be on Thursday, that's September the 5th, with an Emergency Preparedness Special Photo Booth from 6 to 9 p.m. at the A-Town Bar and Grill, which is located at 4100 Fairfax Drive. The Arlington Cinema and Draft House will participate by showing classic disaster films from September the 12th through the end of the month. Crystal City Sports Pub will also have a preparedness trivia night on September the 10th, and Clarendon Grill will have a trivia night on September the 18th.
All right, Daniel, you've seen those bikes from Capital Bike Share around. Here was a new spin on that. Many local commuters have embraced bike rentals through services such as Capital Bike Share, but now an electric bike company is hoping to have an impact in the area. Hybrid Pedals, located at 925 North Jackson Street, will be the county's first electric bike retailer. Excuse me, the bikes can travel 20 to 30 miles on a single charge, giving riders the option to pedal when they want. Their grand opening is coming up September 7. Founder Alan Levine, who also owns Mario's Pizza House and Dr. Delivery, who are both in Arlington, Hybrid Pedals has licenses to sell to police and emergency responders. Solar-powered e-bikes are also available, so look out for the e-bikes. They're out there.
They're out there, right?
They're out there.
Well, independent film lovers have a new place to get their fix. IndieFlix is a new online streaming movie collection available through the county library. Just sign up for an IndieFlix account, or if you have a Zinio account, log in to Zinio and click on IndieFlix. You'll have an immediate access to thousands of films, and these films are available for multiple devices, including smartphones, tablets, Roku, and even your Xbox.
Your Xbox in Roku. Who
Yeah,
knew?
Roku, yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, in this item, Arlington Public Schools lunch menus are now available online. Elementary and secondary school breakfasts are $1.50 a piece. Lunch is $2.70 at elementary schools and $2.80 at secondary schools. Reduced price meals are also free. Visit the county website for specific menu details and other information. Daniel.
Well, Craig, this is a great story. Well, summer's over, which means it's time for, you guessed it, football season. Friday, September the 6th will be the opening night of the season for Washington Lee and Wakefield High Schools. Bishop O'Connell plays its first game on October the 26th against Maryland's Good Counsel. One of the most popular games will be the last game of the regular season when Washington Lee takes on Yorktown. That game will be played on November the 8th. So watch out, it's
Ready for some football.
And go Redskins, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, well, it looks like the Arlington-based garage where Washington Post reporter Bob Woodward met with his secret source, also known as Deep Throat, will be demolished to make way for new development. Monday Properties has applied to the county to develop the historic location at Wilson Boulevard and North Oak Street in Roslyn. Deep Throat, later identified as FBI official Mark Felt, leaked information on the Watergate scandal, which led to the resignation of President Nixon in 1974. Although the buildings may go, a permanent marker will remain outside the area, to identify the historic event that took place on that property.
Such a historic garage.
That's really something.
Historical moments.
Hard to believe that was like 40 years ago almost. All right, we'll be back with our CBB file right after we hear from Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute. Here's Nort.
Hey, Nort.
Hi, I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. Did you know that there are approximately 100 billion cells in your brain, and that those 100 billion cells are grouped into functioning networks, having approximately 100 trillion connections? Each cell in that functioning network has a job to perform so that the network can accomplish its intended task. That intended task may have something to do with your cognitive abilities. But your brain cells are constantly under attack from oxidants and toxins. In addition, they get worn and deplete with time. Those damaged and worn cells become inflamed. You can't feel it, but that inflammation interferes with the cells doing their job. That may affect your memory, learning, reasoning, and problem-solving abilities. It takes time for those cells to lose a lot of their functioning ability. You may blame it on age, but it's not age. We take our brains for granted. We don't keep them healthy. You probably don't know you had to. The good news is that you can repair, rebuild, and possibly expand those cells responsible for your cognitive abilities at any age. You can do it by drinking enough water, eating fruits and vegetables, making sure that your diet contains the right amount of omega-3 polyunsaturated fat, staying physically active, getting a good night's rest, and keep learning. I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a Brain Healthy Moment.
Point today.
All right, thanks, Nort. Nort Beckerman and his
Nort.
Brain Healthy Minute. He'll be back. Okay, here we go as promised now with our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board file. On September 9 at 7 in the evening, Washington Lee High School will have an instrumental music information night, and that's it. I guess it's your turn.
Yeah, okay, Greg. Well, on Saturday,
A two-sentencer. One
Two-sentence, yeah,
One
wow.
sentencer. Go ahead. Sorry.
on Saturday, that's September the 7th, hockey fans can cheer on amateur teams at the annual Charity Hockey Classic. The event is being held to benefit Innova Blood Donor Services. This year, it's at Kettler Capitals Iceplex in Ballston. Washington Capitals alumni will take on corporate teams from Booz Allen Hamilton and Deloitte, as well as coaches from teams in Northern Virginia youth hockey. Former Washington Capitals defenseman Gord Lane is this year's honorary captain. Also, be on the lookout for Elliot Seidel of DC's 101's Elliot in the Morning. Capitals mascot Slapshot and the Capitals spirit team, the Red Rockers. The games will be played in a round-robin format of 15 minutes each. The games start at 7 p.m. and will probably end around 10:30 p.m. Admission is $10, but kids in hockey jerseys are free, Craig.
Can't beat it.
Seems like a great
Hockey
event.
night, for all you hockey fans? Well, on Tuesday, September 10, the Boston Launchpad Initiative to help local entrepreneurs will have a marketing and branding seminar. The seminar will be held at 4238 Wilson Boulevard in Suite 1132, and will start about 6:30 p.m. All right?
Yes,
There you go, Daniel.
and on Thursday, September the 12th, Pentagon
Short one.
City Mall will host Girls Night Out, a free event for friends to hang out, relax, socialize, get pampered, and shop. Several mall stores will offer activities geared towards women, including makeovers, food samples, special one-night-only deals, swag bags, free samples, coupons, and prizes. Raffles will be held at 7 p.m. and again at 8 p.m.
Swag bags. I like that. All right. Another CBB item here on Saturday, September 21. You can celebrate Celtic, not Celtic, but Celtic tradition
Celtic.
in the U.S. at Beckett's Celtic Festival. The event will be held in Shirlington and will run from noon to about 7 p.m. This is a free, FREE free family festival. We'll feature plenty of bagpipes, dancing, kilts, Irish food, crafts, and of course, plenty of Guinness beer. If you're driving through Shirlington that day, be aware that South Quincy Street will be closed between South Randolph and Campbell Avenue. Visit their website, which I think is up on the screen now, to get more information on Celtic Days coming up down in Shirlington. Daniel.
Yes, on Monday, September the 23rd, the Arlington Community Foundation will hold its 17th annual Community Cup Golf Classic. The event is being held at the Washington Golf and Country Club. In addition to golf, there will be refreshments, raffles, and other contests and prizes. The event will raise funds to support the host grant and scholarship programs. Individuals and team packages are available, as are sponsorship opportunities. On the same day, a companion tennis tournament will be held at the country club. The tennis tournament will be sponsored by Long and Foster. Proceeds will be there to support Community Foundation. For if you need any more information, just give them a call at 703-243-4785 or give them a visit at their website, arlcf.org.
And another item on Arlington Boston Launchpad on Tuesday, September 24, Boston Launchpad Initiative to help local entrepreneurs will have two more events. There'll be a seminar on financials starting at 6:30 p.m., followed by a network event at 7:30 p.m. called Chemistry Experiment. Both events are located or will be held at 4238 Wilson Boulevard in Suite 1132. And Daniel and I will be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from Rich Masabny and his reviews. Take it away, Rich.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. Signature Theater's current production, Miss Saigon, is one of the best things I've seen at Signature in years. Beautifully directed by Signature's artistic director, Eric Schaefer, with a wonderful full orchestra. Miss Saigon opens around 1975 in Saigon and moves on to 1978 Bangkok. There are a whole bunch of songs, but watch for the American Dream at the end of Act 2. It's worth it just for that. The main roles include a character called the Engineer, played by Tom Sesma, who was absolutely fantastic. He's the guy who sang that song, The American Dream. And then there is Kim, played by Diana Huey, and Chris, who the night I saw was played by the understudy, Gannon O'Brien, who was just wonderful, wonderful. The story revolves around Kim, a lovely Vietnamese girl, and Chris, a Marine. They fall deeply in love, but Kim gets left behind when the Americans leave Saigon. Chris fails in his attempt to get her out. Excuse me. 3 years later, we learn that Kim is now in Bangkok and has a 3-year-old son. A Marine friend of Chris finds out about Kim and tries to get them together to do something for him. Great show, Miss Saigon through September. It would be a crime to miss it. For information, call 703-820-9771 or check the website, signature-theater.org. The Roundhouse Theater opened the 2013-2014 season with a black comedy called The Beauty Queen of Leanne. Two major characters are in this thing: an old manipulative mother, Mag, played by Sarah Marshall, as only Sarah could play it if you know who I'm talking about, and a 40-ish dutiful daughter, Maureen, played by Kimberly Gilbert. Two great actors. Set in a poor town on an island in a log cabin, Marshall and Gilbert are wonderful as the conflicted family members. Things heat up, though, considerably as friction develops. There's also two brothers, the younger Joe, played by Ray Dooley, and Pete, played by Todd Schofield, who add much needed lightness. The Beauty Queen of Leanne, directed by Jeremy Skidmore, is a real winner. It runs through September 15 at Roundhouse Theater. Call 240-644-1100 or check roundhousetheater.org. The past weekend, August 30, September 2, Loudoun County hosted Epicureans in partnership with Sevour magazine. It was Food and Wine Festival held in the fields of Morven Park, featuring award-winning Virginia wines and food, and it was a wine festival too. It was just wonderful, and there were celebrity chefs there. There was a cooking demonstration under a tent with Roberto Dona. I think you know who that guy is, executive chef now of Al Dente restaurant, and Kaz. He's the owner of Sushi Bistro in the district. Anyway, there's other things there. Epicureans was a fun experience and showcased Loudoun County's wine country. For more information, do 1-800-752-6118, extension 11, or visit that website of theirs. It's on the screen, vchost@visitloudoun.org. Wonderful, wonderful. Another place I went to out in the country, a beautiful new resort opened up in Middleburg. It's a widely anticipated Salamander Resort and Spa. Spa. Resort and Spa, owned and operated by developer Sheila K. Johnson. This new luxury resort is about an hour from Arlington, and it's set in 340 acres in the foothills of Blue Ridge Mountains. Miss Johnson officially opened Salamander on August 29 after a decade of planning. It has an equestrian theme, and it's the only new resort around in a long time, open in the U.S. The Salamander Spa features 14 spacious treatment rooms, whirlpools, aromatic steam rooms, also a salon of hair and makeup, manicures. Salamander has a full-service equestrian center and a variety of programs that include riding instructions, 22-stall stable. There's a lot going on there. Ms. Johnson said that the major reason behind her decision to build this place, the relative absence of a luxurious and private meeting retreat in the greater Washington, D.C. region. For what I saw, she hit it right. If for more information, call 1-540-687-3710 or check the web, salamanderhotels.com. And finally, a new restaurant opened up in a landmark location in Arlington at the corner of Wilson Boulevard and North Glebe Road in the old Bob Peck Chevrolet site. It's the Muscle Bar and Grill, and the food is quite good. It's an excellent addition to the growing number of new restaurants in the Boston area. It has an extensive menu beyond the wonderful selection of mussels, including a raw bar featuring oysters on the half shell and poached and chilled shrimp and Maine lobster. The menu offers soups, salads, appetizers, things from the grill, steaks, all that. A word to the wise, Muscle Bar is very generous with the portions. I know we're in a culinary experience because Brian McBride, he's one of the owners, along with Robert Wiedemeyer. These are names, big names in the district for the restaurants. But they're partners here, and McBride was the award-winning executive chef at the Blue Duck Tavern in the district for a long time at the Park Hyatt Hotel, over 25 years. I could see and taste his influence here, believe me. Wiedemeyer is also an award-winning chef and owns several popular restaurants. The Muscle Bar and Grill also has an extensive beer, wine, and cocktail menu, and in tribute to its iconic location, the cocktails are named after Chevy cars. We also like, Malibu or Camaro, things like that. We also met the executive chef, Eric Fox, who added his own touch to many of the dishes, including a sinful lobster mac and cheese. God. Muscle Barn Grill has only been open for a couple of 3 weeks, something like that, but it's a hit already. The place is jammed. For more information and reservations, call 703-841-BEER. And check the website. It's musclebar.com. So that is it. And there's a lovely lady there. You might look her up. She's sort of the manager. More than that, Tatiana. She's pretty, too. Okay, that's it.
All right.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Muscle Bar.
Muscle Bar,
Muscle
yeah.
Bar and Salamander.
Yes.
The new hit.
Yeah.
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 Sounds like you're getting around, Rich.
I am,
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. Here we go now, as promised, with our news for senior segments before we begin. Thanks to Pat and Judy for watching, and happy birthday, Sarah, coming up on Friday. Okay, here we go. News for seniors now. Arlington's 55-plus biking group cycled to each senior center on Thursday today, September 5, in celebration of National Senior Center Month. The group started at 10 in the morning from the new Arlington Mills Senior Center at Columbia Pike and Dinwiddie. They continued on to Aurora Hills, Walter Reed, Culpeper Garden, Lee, and Langston Brown Senior Centers. It was a 20-mile loop that ended back at Arlington Mill. The 55-plus biking group organizes short and long rides throughout the year. For more information, you can give them a call at 703-228-4771. Daniel.
Well, Craig, there are many low-tech gadgets on the market today, and for people with low vision or no vision. Dale Snyder, information and referral specialist from the Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind, will introduce and demonstrate several of these easy-to-use instruments on Wednesday, September the 11th at 10 a.m. at the Walter Reed Senior Center. She will also discuss vision-impaired services available to Arlingtonians. Call Walter Reed to register at 703-228-0955.
And some investment information now. Terrence and Renee Frederick are chartered retirement plan counselors for Merrill Lynch, and they'll be conducting 3 investment seminars for seniors beginning Wednesday, September 11 at 1:30 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Senior Center. The first session will focus on education savings, including 529 plans, Coverdale Education Savings accounts, and United Trust to Minors accounts. The other 2 seminars will cover planning for health care costs in retirement. All 3 seminars are FREE free. For more information and to register, give Aurora Hills a call at 703-228-5722. Daniel.
Well, if you would like to reap the emotional benefits of becoming a volunteer mentor to 6th graders, you need to hear Helen McMahon speak. Helen McMahon is a program coordinator at Gunston Middle School. She will discuss how to become a volunteer mentor in an intergenerational program at the school. She will be speaking at Walter Reed Senior Center on Thursday, September the 12th at 1 p.m.
And also another reminder that NVSO, Northern Virginia Senior Olympics, is coming up beginning, I think they start on the 7th, but on the 14th. The Senior Olympics will host volleyball and various basketball events at TJ, Thomas Jefferson Community Center, right here in Arlington at Glebe Road and Route 50. The events will start around 9:30 in the morning. All events are open to the public. For more information about NVSO results, call Judy Masabny at OSAP. Her number, 703-228-4721. And as always, thanks to Judy Masabny of the Office of Senior Adult Programs for helping us out and sending us these announcements. We appreciate it. All right, as promised, now up next on this edition of the Arlington Weekly News, here's Miriam Gennari and her guest. Miriam.
Thank you, and thank you for watching the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Miriam Gennari, and I have now another segment of the Sustainable Scoop. I have the pleasure of having John Chadwick with Arlington Public Schools with me. I have been looking forward to sitting down with John, but let me introduce you to him, or actually, John, tell us what you do for Arlington Public Schools.
Well, thank you, Miriam, for inviting me here. I'm pleased to be here. I am the Assistant Superintendent for Facilities and Operations.
And how long have you been in that
I
role?
have been in the schools since February of 2011.
Okay, so when you came to Arlington Public Schools, and I know you worked with them prior to that, kind of doing some
I
consulting.
was an architect working on projects for them, yes.
Working on projects for Arlington Public Schools. And so when you came to Arlington Public Schools, we were bursting at the seams. More students than we knew how to deal with. And since coming aboard and looking at the long-term plan and the growth in Arlington Public Schools as a sustainable community, what changes have you seen come about in how you plan for students?
I'm not sure there are changes. We've just been doing more of it.
Oh.
The population really, enrollment started to increase in 2007 and has increased quite steadily since then, and our projections have been pretty accurate. So this year we don't have the final numbers. There are about 800 more students this year, and the average elementary school is about 600 students. So that's more than an elementary school of students that is arriving and being new each year. So we have put a lot of effort into our 2012 CIP, which the voters approved in November last year. And that has 2 new schools included in it and additions at 3 schools.
What 2 schools and what addition?
Okay, we are building a new elementary school on the Williamsburg Middle School campus. It'll have about 630 seats in it. We are building an addition at Ashland, which is going to start next month and be finished in the end of next year. Then we also have an addition at McKinley that we're starting on next week in planning and design in our building level planning committee process. That will be finished in the summer of 2016. We're going to be starting later this year, beginning of next year, on the new elementary school number 2, which will be on the Carlin Springs Kenmore campus. And then probably in April or so, we'll be starting on an addition to Arlington Traditional School. That will be finished in 2016, and the new elementary school will be finished in 2017.
Wow, that is just remarkable work. I know there are a lot of viewers right now that are going to be excited to hear that there is a plan moving forward
There
on
is a
all of
plan.
these. Now, in addition to just buildings, which is very important that the students have classrooms, I'm interested in how Arlington is starting to think about its use of green space and its use of energy, and also more importantly, for people who don't have kids in the schools, transportation and how that's going to affect Arlington.
Okay. But let's start with green space. Green space is really important, and it's important for many reasons. The environment for the kids to play on, light and air and so on. So that's a huge issue with us, and we do not want to be taking up any more green space than we have
So
to.
you've considered that in your plans?
Very much considered
Okay,
it.
so let's put that aside for a moment. And energy.
Energy, all I can say is I'll give you 2 examples.
Okay.
The new school at Wakefield is the energy model shows the building being 47% saving over the baseline in energy. So we expect it to be the most energy efficient building for the time being in Arlington County.
Oh, what a record for Wakefield to hold. That's fantastic.
It will be. And then the new elementary school, we are designing that to be ready so that if we had the funds, which we don't now, to complete a solar installation, that we would be able to do net zero energy. So we're actually going to be at the point where the building will consume about 1/3 of the energy of our other elementary schools.
That is fantastic. This on the Sustainable Scoop, that is gold to me. Actually, platinum in my mind.
Well, thank you. We hope it will be platinum.
Well, I hope so as well. But now let's talk a little bit about this TDM that you have mentioned.
TDM is really a very important issue. TDM stands for Transportation Demand Management. And we're about to embark on a transportation demand management master plan for the entire school district, for students and for staff.
If there is any graphics that you have about transportation, and we could bring those up, I would appreciate it. Continue what you were saying, John.
The prime purpose of the TDM is safety. That's our role. We have to keep our students safe. So safety in terms of reducing congestion on the streets around the school, and on the route that people drive, or students drive, or walk, or bike to school. The role of a TDM is to make more choice for people, so that it is easier for them to choose choices other than driving their students to school in their own car. So going to car sharing, vehicle sharing, more students using the bus who are eligible for the bus, more students walking, more students biking, and we're finding all sorts of evidence that is telling us what we ought already to have known, that those students who walk and are active on the way to school, biking, whatever, are going to be more alert and getting more out of the classroom.
That is fantastic. I think that is exactly what the people who are interested in kids being healthier and more enjoying the outdoors and our resources
It's good
would
for
love.
everybody.
Okay, so now the TDM is also part of Safe Routes to School. So there's a website that you
Yes.
wanted everyone to know about.
Yes, we have Safe Routes to School is a national program. It was partly funded originally by the federal government. It is funded by Virginia. We've recently received a grant and have just hired Safe Routes to School coordinator.
Okay, you know what? We've run out of time. I wish I could hear more about this, but there were some graphics. I want to thank all of you for staying with us and watching another segment of the Arlington Weekly News Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk. Thank you.
Thanks, Miriam,
Thank
and
you,
thanks
Miriam.
to all of you for watching us here. Join us again next week for another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Bye.